Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Cassie Hyder filling in tonight for Chief Meteorologist Pete Delkus. Today it was hot, it's been hot, it's going to continue to be hot. We made it to a high of 97 degrees. That's 1 degree above what the normal high should be this time of year. But at least we were nowhere near the record high for the day. The record being 109 that was originally set back in 2018. Of course, there has been no rain, and so far for the month, there just really hasn't been a whole lot going on. Looking at the numbers though, it seems kind of odd because there's been a lot more days where temperatures have been below normal, but I think as we end the month, this is actually going to go in the opposite direction. But so far, we've only had 3 days in there where temperatures have made it above normal, and today is one of them. Heat alerts across the country. We have lots of them. Heat advisories, extreme heat warnings, extreme heat watches, but across Texas and far east Texas, there is still a heat advisory there, but the criteria is just different depending on what part of the country that you're in. So obviously in Texas, we're kind of used to the heat. We don't necessarily like it, but the heat advisory, the criteria for us to actually get a heat advisory is going to be a little bit different. You have to have a temperature of 103 degrees or higher for consecutive days, or you have to have a heat index between about 105 to 110 degrees for consecutive days, and that just simply has not happened here yet. This is our Clyde Warren Park camera. We do still have clear skies. Temperatures have dropped down into the mid-90s for some of us. Some of us have actually cooled down into the 80s, but 92 degrees right now in Fort Worth. We're at 89 in Bowie, 90 degrees in Sherman, 89 down in Hillsboro, 88 in Stephenville. But dew points, they're still in the upper 60s to low 70s, at least for central and eastern parts of North Texas. So it's still humid, and it's going to be a muggy overnight tonight. So even at this hour, we still have a heat index of 100 degrees right now in Corsicana. It feels more like 98 in downtown Dallas, 98 in McKinney, 96 in Canton. It has been a little less humid west of I-35 West, so that is where that heat index is not nearly as much of a factor. Overnight tonight, it's going to stay warm, it's going to stay muggy, and we're also going to have a wind coming in out of the south between about 5 to 15 miles an hour. So relaxing a little bit from what it was earlier today, but we're dropping down into the mid and upper 70s by tomorrow morning. So it's going to be a warm start to your Tuesday. Tomorrow afternoon looks pretty hot. Temperatures will likely make it back into the mid and upper 90s. The normal tomorrow is still 96 degrees. I'm forecasting a high of 98. If we do hit 98 degrees, that would be the hottest day of the year so far. 97 in Fort Worth, 97 degrees in Denton, 98 tomorrow in Gainesville, and 97 tomorrow in Greenville. Satellite and radar, pretty quiet. We have had a few clouds to the south and east since earlier today. Those are still mainly south of the Metroplex, but you can see around Cleburne, Hillsboro, and Waco, we do at least have some high, thin clouds. The bigger picture, though, showing the showers and storms and the bigger cloud deck, that's going to be circling clockwise around Texas and Oklahoma because that is where we have that ridge of high pressure. That ridge of high pressure will be making its way off to the west over the next few days, eventually parking itself right over Texas. And it looks like that could happen as early as sometime this weekend. For us, that means it's going to cut off any potential rain chances across anywhere in this state, but it also means it's going to get a little bit hotter. So temperatures will likely climb not only into the upper 90s, but we could see that heat index more like 105 to even 110 degrees here eventually. The air temperature itself, I think we stay in the upper 90s at least through Saturday. But after factoring in the humidity, it's going to feel significantly hotter. So you're going to have to take those necessary heat precautions, limit your time outdoors, wear light clothing, and also make sure you stay hydrated. Check on the elderly, check on pets. 106 degrees could be what it feels like outside by the time we get to Friday afternoon, but on Saturday, I'm forecasting a heat index at peak at about 108 degrees. So for tonight, mostly clear, warm and muggy. We're dropping down to 76 degrees. Tomorrow afternoon, it's going to be mostly sunny, hot and humid again, a little breezy at times. That wind's going to be out of the south between about 10 to 20 miles an hour. We're going to see that high of 98 degrees. Your 14-day forecast showing there's not going to be much variation in temperatures over the next several days. I think we stay in the upper 90s. Now, by the time we get to Sunday, it looks like we're still going to have more of a south wind between 5 to 15, so a light wind. We're going to have partly cloudy skies. That's the coolest day, and it's not even cool. It's all relative, right? for the next 7 days. But looking at the second half of that 14-day, it still looks very hot. In fact, there are a couple of days in there where we think that we could easily hit about 100 degrees. We're going to get real close to it even here in the near future, but the second half of that 14-day, it is looking just a little bit hotter and it continues to trend very dry. We'll see you at 10.